When I was a young lad, ladies and gentlemen, I used to love the WWE. I used to go to all the events whenever they would come to my city. I would have the video games, right? SmackDown versus Raw. My favorite one was SmackDown versus Raw 2007. Yeah, I was just a huge fan of wrestling, And if you've been watching wrestling or if you used to watch wrestling, you're very familiar with this guy right here. His name is Vince McMahon. And he's being accused of some pretty crazy, wild things. And if some of them turn out to be true, Vince McMahon, you are a sick son of a bitch. Holy damn. I don't know what it is with rich people and poop, right? I don't know what the fetish is there, but how some people could be turned on by human feces is something that I would never ever understand. But I'm not here to judge, right? I'm here to tell you guys the news, and that's exactly what we're gonna get into because there is a lot to cover here. Oh my lord. So Vince McMahon has stepped down from his role of being the executive chairman of TKO, the parent company of WWE, because he's being accused of some crazy things like sexual assault, sex trafficking, and physical abuse. All these accusations are coming from a former employee by the name of Janelle Grant. So some of the things that were said in this lawsuit is the fact that pretty much Vince McMahon promised Janelle Grant a job and promotions in exchange for sex. Apparently, Vince McMahon pimped her out to other fighters and other wrestlers in the sport as well, which is pretty freaking crazy. And there were some big names that were thrown in the lawsuit that we'll get into a little bit later. So I'm going to read to you guys some of these crazy allegations. Let's go ahead and get started because some of these are pretty freaking disturbing. Two men allegedly pulled Grant behind a locker room, restrained her as she begged them to stop. One of them allegedly said to her, "No means yes." Another one, and I think this one you guys are probably familiar with because it did kind of blow up on Twitter. Grant, who previously received a payout from McMahon, said McMahon defecated on her during a threesome in 2020 and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his friend with feces on her hair and running down her back while McMahon went to the bathroom to shower off. Upon his return from the bathroom, McMahon and his friend actively resumed the threesome, which lasted over an hour and a half, while Ms. Grant remained covered in McMahon's filth. So this isn't the first time that Vince McMahon has been accused of something like this. In 2022, there was another McMahon resignation because there was an investigation of another sexual misconduct allegation. At the time, the WWE announced a special committee that would investigate McMahon, but his retirement didn't last long because the investigation was closed in November of 2022, which we could only pretty much just guess at the fact that there was some hush money involved or something of the sort. It seems like after the first couple of accusations, McMahon tried to get a little smart, right? He tried to get savvy with the system and made Janelle Grant sign a non-disclosure agreement in exchange for payments that totaled to $3 million. Now, according to reports, McMahon only gave her $1 million of the three that were promised to her, which, in my opinion, could be, a main catalyst as to why she went forward with this lawsuit in the first place, was because she never got, her full payment. Now, in the suit, it also says that Brock Lesnar was involved in some of these things that were going on between Vince McMahon and this Grant lady. Apparently, at the time, the WWE were trying to get Brock Lesnar back into the organization, and they were even setting up play dates between Grant and Brock Lesnar. There's another fact in this lawsuit that I want to mention to you guys that's just freaking crazy to me is that Vince McMahon had sex toys that were named after wrestlers that he would use with this Grant lady. Now, I will point out that these are all just allegations and nothing has been proven yet in the court of law. However, there are texts that have been revealed that I'm not going to bother showing you guys because that's definitely going to get my channel unmonetized. But if you do a quick Google search, you'll be able to find the text. You go to Twitter, Instagram, they're all over the place. But if you guys read the text, right, it's very, very, very possible that some of the things that we've been discussing on this video could be true. Now, I'm not at all surprised. I'm not at all surprised if some of these things do happen to be true because Vince McMahon has a reputation of being a terrible person. Aside from him just putting $14 million into hush money, He's obviously been accused of exploiting some wrestlers and even going as far as covering up debts in the organization. Now, as this lawsuit continues to develop, we're going to try to do our best with covering as much of it as possible. Like I said, there are a lot of delicate subjects, and we have to keep things within YouTube's, policies, right? That's just the way things work here on YouTube. But I'm very curious to read what you guys have to say about this situation down in the comment section below. I could pretty much honestly say that I'm not surprised by a lot of this coming onto light. Do you guys agree with me or disagree with me? Let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a good one.